Okay, good afternoon, everyone. And we already discussed about the base question. The base question is going to be digits of a number. That is the base question. And we already discussed about some programs on that. It is even and odd and everything. And I hope that you have practiced everything what I told in the yesterday's class. Okay. Now, even and odd and everything is done. If a number is there, now I'm going to reverse the number. Now I'm going to reverse the number. For example, I'm not printing in the reverse order here. That is not 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to convert a number. I'm going to convert a number that is going to be 4321. Okay. Before that, I'm going to tell you that what is the concept of functions. Okay, the concept of functions I'm going to teach you here. Okay, how I'm going to write a function and everything I'm going to teach you here, and then we are going to implement the reverse of the number using function concept. Okay, now I'm going to read a number. I'm going to read a number, and for example, this number is going to be like this. When we are dealing with functions, there are three parts in the functions, but here we are using only two parts. Okay, there are basically there are two parts in the functions. Two parts in the functions. First one is function call, and the second one is going to be function definition. Okay, this is going to be function call and function definition. What is function first of all? The two parts. Okay, what is function? Function is also a subprogram. Function is also a subprogram. We are dividing a big program into simple tasks, and again if I want to do the same task again, I'm going to work with that. For example, I'm going to do the same program. For example, these three lines of code, I'm going to write it for two times. I'm going to write it for more than one time, and I'm going to put all this code in a block, and I'm going to call whenever I want it. That is going to be a function here. That is also a subprogram. That subpart, the task is going to be, it is going to be find that is it even or odd. That is going to be a function. Okay, printf is a function, scanf is a function, and everything is a function here. These printf and scanf are predefined functions. Now we are designing that that is going to be user defined functions. Okay, user defined functions. That means user means myself or you are going to be define some functions, that is user defined functions. These are also called as subprograms. No doubt about that. I am going to cut the program into small parts, and the small part is called a subprogram. In the function, there are two different parts are there. That is going to be function definition and function call and function definition. In this here I'm going every time I'm going to deal with functions. There are there are actually four different types of functions are there. There are four different types of functions, but mainly we are focusing on only one type. 99.9% we are going for the one type, and we will go for the second type also. The second type also we are going for the second type also, but the first one is the basic one, that is going to be with arguments, with return type. What is that? With arguments and with return type. This is the first one, and 99.9% we are going to use this one. Sometimes the second type with arguments, without return type, without return type, without return type. Okay. Is the second one with arguments, but we are not returning any value from that. Not return type, return value or anything, return type or return value. You can write anything. With arguments, with return value, with arguments, without return value. Mainly we are focusing on these two only. Okay, we are focusing on these two functions only. The first function, that is with arguments and with return value. Now, okay, what is the first one? That means I am going to pass some arguments. What is function call? First of all, I am going to write a function call here. For example, that is going to be fun of like this. This is going to be a function call. This is going to be a function call. This is going to be a function call. Following or not? Okay. Here the function call is there. That means I'm going to call one student. That is going to be, the name is going to be some, for example, Srinu. Okay. For example, there is a name. The function I'm going to call as a Srinu. Is there any Srinu in the class? Srinu? Any student is there with the name of Srinu? All are sleeping, right? Okay. And here, if I'm going to call a function, the name, if the function, the name of the function is not in the class, not in this program, they cannot respond here. I'm calling here like Srinu, but there is no student here with that name. That's why they are not responding. Okay, now I'm going to write here the student definition. That means the student, if you observe here, is there any student in this? Is there any function definition with the name of fun? There is no function. Now I'm going to write here fun of. I'm going to write here, for example, printf percentage, not anything. Just simply I'm going to print hi here. Just simply I'm going to print hi here. This function call is going to be, if it is going to be called as fun of, is there any functional definition? Is that if there is a function call, now the compiler checks that is there any function definition which is related to the function call? Yes, definitely is there. Yes, then automatically the control is moving into this function definition. Okay, for example, there are for example, I'm going to write here by, here I'm going to write I'm going to write by here. Now the compiler is coming here, the compiler is coming. I'm not reading anything here, I'm not reading anything. Simply I'm going to write like this. The first line, that is going to be called a function call, fun of. If I'm going to call it, the compiler is now moving into checking that is there any functional definition with that name. Yes, the function definition is there. Then automatically the control goes to this function definition. Automatically the function, the compiler is going to the functional definition, and it executes all the lines here. After that, it is coming back to this back to the next line, and it is going to be print by. What is the output here, students? What is the output?
Hi, bye, sir.
Hi.
Hi by or by hi?
Hi, bye.
Hi,
By
bye.
only.
First function.
Hi by
Hi,
only.
bye, sir.
Hi by. Okay. Definitely it is going to be hi by only. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be print hi and then by. Why? Because here the function call is there. Now the control is moving into this function definition, executing all the lines here and coming back and going to be print by here. Okay. This is function. Now the control is moving from this line to this line. For example, if the function definition is not in this, function definition is not in this. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to give you an error here, undefined reference to the function, reference to the fun. That means there is no functional definition here. You have to understand like this: undefined reference to fun. That means there is no definition for reference of a fun. That's why it is going to give an error here. Okay, is it clear? If the function call is there, for example, if there is no function call, the function definition is there, but our compiler never executes this function. Okay, the function is there, but the function call is not there. If the function call is not there, the function definition has no power, and that is not never executed in our code. Now what is the output?
By.
Only by. Okay, why?
By.
Because the function is not executed. Okay, that's why it is going to print only by here. Okay, that means we have to write the two parts, that is going to be function call and function definition. Okay, now I'm going to delete this thing, and I'm going to
హలో సుధీర్ సార్.
yes.
సార్ నేను విజయ్ మాట్లాడు.
చెప్పండి
సార్ ఇది యాప్టిట్యూడ్ రీజనింగ్ దానికి ఒకసారి చెప్తాను.
రాంబాబు చెప్తాడు కదా, చెప్పేస్తారా మీరు?
అంటే చాలా మంది ఇందులో.
చెప్పండి సార్.
Good evening all of you. As of now, some people are not attended aptitude and reasoning. This is very important thing for your career. Okay, and for the future information, this is very important things and in interview purpose. So everyone should attend the aptitude and reasoning. Okay. If you have any login issue, please contact with Rambabu sir and Bharat sir. Okay, and otherwise, if you have any queries, please let me know. Okay, thank you, sir. Hello.
హలో, ఓకేనా? అంటే టెస్ట్లో రాయట్లేదా వీళ్ళ?
అసలు రాయట్లేదు సార్, వీళ్ళు ఒకళ్ళే తక్కువ ఉన్నారు. C++ క్లౌడ్, మిగిలిన అందరూ రాలేదు.
ఓకే, మరి ఈ వీక్ కల్లా కంప్లీట్ చేసేయండి. ఎన్ని పెండింగ్ ఉంటే అన్ని కూడా,
మై ప్రొఫైల్ అకౌంట్ లో రావట్లేదు సార్.
మీకు అలాంటి డౌట్ ఏది వచ్చినా సరే రాంబాబు సార్ని, భరత్ సార్ని కాంటాక్ట్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా? గ్రూప్లో ఒకసారి నెంబర్స్ పెట్టండి విజయ్ గారు. ఏ చిన్న డౌట్ వచ్చినా సరే, వాళ్ళు ఆల్రెడీ మన మీటింగ్లో మన గ్రూప్లో ఉన్నారు వాళ్ళు. మీరు రాకపోతే అలా సైలెంట్గా ఉండిపోకూడదు. వెంటనే వాళ్ళని కాంటాక్ట్ అయ్యి మీ సొల్యూషన్ తీసుకుని వెంటనే ఫార్వర్డ్ అయిపోవాలి. ప్రతిమలాడు ఎవరికి భోజనం పెట్టరు. ఓకేనా? ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మనకి నెక్స్ట్ వస్తున్న 2 డ్రైవ్స్ కూడా ఇట్ ఈస్ ప్యూర్లీ 90% దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ఫోకస్డ్ ఆన్ యాప్టిట్యూడ్ అండ్ రీజనింగ్ ఓన్లీ. TCS NQT అండ్ DXC, నెక్స్ట్ క్యాప్జెమిని. ఈ 3 డ్రైవ్స్ కూడా మనకి 70 to 75% వెయిటేజ్ ఓన్లీ రీజనింగ్ అండ్ యాప్టిట్యూడ్ మీద ఉంటుందండి. మీరు టెస్ట్లు ఎంత బాగా రాస్తే అంత బెనిఫిట్ అవుతుంది. లాస్ట్ టైం కూడా DXC డ్రైవ్కి దగ్గర 1000 మెంబర్స్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఉంటే ఓన్లీ ఈ టెస్ట్ రాసిన వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఇచ్చారండి. రిమైనింగ్ వాళ్ళకి ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఇవ్వలేదు. కావాలంటే మీ సీనియర్స్ని అడగచ్చు. వాళ్ళు చాలా రిక్వెస్ట్ చేశారు, ఇవ్వలేదు, ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఇవ్వలేదండి. 75% అకాడమిక్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఈ టెస్ట్లు రాయని వాళ్ళకి ఎలిజిబిలిటీ ఇవ్వలేదు. బెదిరించడానికి కాదు, కావాలంటే జరిగింది ఇది. ఓకేనా? ఇది నేను ఎవరో విజయ్ గారు కోపంతో చేసేది కాదు. వైస్ చైర్మన్ సరే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడానికి వాళ్ళని పంపించడం ఎందుకు అన్నారన్నమాట. సింపుల్ థింగ్. ఓకేనా? ఆ టెస్ట్లను మీరు ఎంత టైం యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవడానికి బోల్డ్ టెస్ట్లు ఉన్నాయండి. ప్రాక్టీస్. ఓకేనా? ఓకే విజయ్ గారు అయితే.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే. Okay, coming to the coding. example, here I am going to read. Screen stop. Okay. I am going to read here 1234. Instead of that, I am going to read, for example, some 50. Okay. I am going to read here 50. I am going to call a function here fun of. I am going to call a function fun of. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be given error here. What is that error? Too few arguments to function fun here. That means here the function name is there. The function name is there here in the function definition. But the signature is not matching. The signature is not matching here. What is the signature? If you observe this one, this is then when there is a function call, we have to observe something every time. The 4 points, the first one is what is the function name? 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 That is going to be fun. Okay. This is only the function name. Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be the function name. Is there any arguments are there? Is there any arguments? That means for example, I am going to write like this. There are 2 arguments here. There are only 1 argument here. Is there any arguments here? The function call. Is there any arguments? Is there any arguments
No,
here?
sir.
No,
No
sir.
arguments. Then arguments is equal to 0. Okay. Arguments is equal to 0. If the arguments are there, for example, I am going to pass here num. How many arguments I am passing now? How many arguments I am passing now?
1, sir.
One,
One
sir.
argument. And what are the data types of that arguments? What is the data type of this argument?
Integer.
Int. That is going to be
Integer, sir.
integer. And is there any written type of that? Is there any written type? What is the written type? Here there is no written type. How I am going to tell you that? If you observe this one, this is not assigned to any variable name. If the function is going to be like this, if the function is going to be assigned to any variable name or work like I am going to write here if num. That means I am going to write inside a function, inside a condition. If condition, right? Instead of condition, I am writing here if fun of num, or I am going to write while. That means instead of condition, I am going to write fun of num again. Yes, this is also a written type. For example, instead of writing like this, I am going to print something that is going to be %d comma fun of num. In all these cases, the function has a written type. Okay, we are going to discuss about that in a few minutes later. And now, if you observe, this function is not assigned to any variable name, right? It is simply just like this. Then written type is void. What is that? Written type is void. Void means the function is not returning anything. Okay, these are the 4 parameters when we observe a function call. What is the name of the function? How many arguments are there? What are the data types of that arguments and the return type of the function? Clear? Now I am moving into functional definition. Yes, the return type. The return type is going to be void. This is going to be a return type. I already tell that the return type is going to be void. The function name is going to be fun. Here, how many arguments are there? 1 argument, and the data type is going to be int. Yes, now the signature is perfect, right? That's why there is no errors at all. Okay, clear everyone? Clear? If I am going to execute it, if I am going to give 50 here, it is going to be print 50. I am not writing anything, just I am going to pass a value what I am reading here and printing in the function. Is the 50 is passing into the function or not? Students, is the 50 is passing into this function or not? Is this line is working or not?
Working, sir.
Working,
Working,
right?
sir.
If it is working, then that the function
Yes, sir.
call, the control is moving into this function call. Okay. Now I'm writing here num, and here I'm writing here a, and I'm going to try to print here a. When we are conducting a test on that for drive ready selections, we write like this. What we write here, we write that is KMS. We write this KMS, and here we are reading as KMS, and we are passing as KMS, and here we are going to take KM and KM. We are passing it as a KM. What is the output here? For example, if I read 50, students,
50, sir.
50, sir.
yes, anyone? Any other people?
Sir.
The 100% is going to be 50, but some of the students from the first campus CSC, they are telling that that is going to be an error. Yet that they are telling that the program is going to be an error, sir. That's why here we are taking as KMS, and here it is going to be KM. No, not like that. This is going to be an actual parameter in this. This KMS is belong to this main function. Here the value inside KMS is going to be 50. What I am passing here, just not, the KMS is not going here. The KMS is not going. The KMS value is going. The KMS value is copied into KM. Copied. Okay. Do you understand my point or not? That is going to be copied into KM. That's it. That means simply it is telling that like this. KM is equal to KMS. KM is equal to KMS. This is different location and that is different location. Now 50 is moving into KM. Is it working or not now? Yes. The address is not, KMS is not converted into KM here. The value which is inside KMS is copied to KM. That's it, nothing else. If I execute here, if I'm going to take 50, output is going to be 50. That's it. Okay. For example, here I'm going to write KM is equal to KM minus 50. For example, KM minus 10, for example. KM minus 10. Here I'm going to print %d /n, KM. If the value is 50, what is the output here? Good, right? This is inside function, okay? Inside, this is outside, okay? For your convenience, I'm going to write like this: inside and outside. Here I'm passing 50.
Inside 50, outside 50.
40 and 50, sir.
40, 50, sir.
40, 50, sir.
40, 50 or 40, 40.
40, 50, sir.
40, 50, sir.
40, 50, sir.
40, 50 only. Okay, here I'm going to copy, the value is going to be 50 in KM. Now the 50 becomes a 40 now, and it is going to be print as a 40, and the KMS value is not modified here. With this operation, the KMS value is not modified. KMS value is not modified. That is just simply KM value is modified only. Okay, that's why here KMS value is going to be 50 only. Okay, don't think that if is there any changes in that variables that is not replicated back to this one. There is another method after some days we are going to discuss that one also. The output inside that is going to be 40, outside that is going to be 50. Now I am going to write here KMS is equal to now if the function is going to be like this, that means the return type, the return value is there, no doubt about that. Now what is the return type of that? KMS is equal to fun of KMS. That means KMS is one variable. What is the data type of KMS? What is data type of KMS?
Variable.
Integer, sir.
Integer.
Integer, right? Then automatically the return type of this function is also integer. Okay, one simple thing what I am telling here, for example, power function is there. For example, power function is there 2 power 3. Okay, 2 power 3, that some p is equal to, what is the value inside p here? What is the value inside p?
8.
8, right? 8 is an
sir.
integer. 8 is an integer, right? That means this function is going to be return integer value. Are you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, right. In this way, that means a function has going to be return some values. Return some values definitely here. If you observe this one, this is the name of the function is funds, and it is a only one argument is there. The data type is integer, and the return type is integer here. Okay, moving into here, I am going to pass with 50 here. I am going to pass with 50, and KM is going to be decremented as a 40. Now I am going to print that 40, and what is this? We have to change the return type as integer here, not void. Okay, I have to change the return type as integer. Okay, now I am going to return what it is going to. What is the value inside the KM? That is going to be 40. Now, what happened here? If there is a return km means what is this value? This function is going to be replaced with this 40. Now KMS value is going to be. Now KMS value is going to be
40, sir.
40. That value
40.
what I am returning here, that is assigned to KMS. Okay, that is assigned to KMS, and now I am going to print that value, that is going to be 40 here. For example, if I am going to give 50, it is going to be print inside 40 and outside 40 here. Do you understand? This is the basic knowledge for functions, and later on we are going to discuss about what is the some pros and cons in functions, and we are going to discuss in the next classes. We are going to learn one by one about functions. Okay, now I'm going to delete everything. Now I'm going to take here one
Sir.
number.
స్క్రీన్ షేర్ కొంచెం డిలే అవుతుంది సార్.
ఫాస్ట్ గానే ఉందమ్మా. స్లో ఉందేమో చూడండి, నెట్ మీదేమన్నా ఎవరికైనా ప్రాబ్లం ఉందండి?
ఎస్ సార్.
డిలే వస్తుంది.
No, sir.
ఇంకా ఇంట్ అనేది ఇంకా అయ్యి ఒకటే ప్రింట్ అయింది సార్. ఇప్పుడు
కోడ్ ఇంకా డిలీట్ కూడా అవ్వలేదు సార్.
సెకండ్ లైన్ లో ఇంటెన్ పెట్టి మీరు ఎంత కొట్టారు కదా సార్ ఇంటి పనులని.
నెంబర్ కొట్టారు.
ఇంటి నెంబర్ కొట్టి స్టాప్ చేస్తేనండి ఇంక టైప్ చేయలేదు తర్వాత.
ఉంది సార్.
ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది.
అవును సార్, వచ్చింది
సార్.
Yes, sir, వచ్చింది సార్.
ఓకేనా? ప్రాక్టికల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయండి మరి. ఓకేనా? అటెండెన్స్ okay, int num తీసుకున్నాను and r. I'm going to take here, I'm going to read that num value here, num value. Now I'm going to write some reverse of num, and I'm going to take some value that is going to be like this, and I'm going to print percentage d rev. What we have to observe, this is the function call, right? This is going to be the function call. Yes, this is going to be the function call. And look at here, the main program here, declaration. This is going to be the declaration. Okay, and this line is going to be input reading. Okay, and this is going to be the function call, that means operation. This is going to be an operation, and display result. This is going to be the display result. Okay, every time there is only 4 steps, there is only 3 steps definitely. The first one is going to be declaration part. Okay, I leave that. Next one is reading the input, and the next one is going to operation, and the next one is going to be the display the result. Okay, here we have to observe something about function call. Yes, what we have to observe from the function call here? What we have to observe from the function call? Students, what we have to observe from the function call? Name of the function is?
REV.
Name of the function is?
Reverse, sir.
Reverse. How many arguments I am passing?
One.
One.
One argument, and the data
One,
type of
sir.
that argument is?
Integer, sir.
Integer. Is there a return type here?
Integer,
Is there
sir.
a return type?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I assign it to any variable, that means it has a return type. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
This function has a return type, no doubt about that. And the return type is, what is the return type?
Integer, sir.
Integer, sir.
Okay, based on that I am going to write the functional definition. The return type is integer. The name of the function is going to be a reverse, and there are one argument, and the name that variable is going to be n, for example. Okay, there is only one variable, that data type is going to be integer. That's it. If I'm going to, now I have to execute it once. Okay, compilation, I'm going to compile it. There is no warnings and no errors at all. That means my code is now clean and green. Okay, now I have to write the logic inside it. If, for example, if you observe anyone who write that what is that, CoCubes exam, they are going to be write like this: write your logic here. Anyone, do you observe this thing or not in the CoCubes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely yes. They are always the questions are going to be like this only, using function. That's why we are teaching functions here. Okay, in every time the majority of the coding that is going to be solved using functions only. We cannot modify, sometimes we cannot modify the main function. Just simply I have to write here, and just simply I'm going to compile it. That's it. There is no need to there is no permissions for remaining code. I cannot go for here anything. I cannot change here. I can write the logic here only. Okay, and from the next step, that means I am going to here introduce the function concept, right? In the next remaining every program we have to write using functions only. There is no other choice. When you are sending the code also, you have to write in the functions only. This is the mandatory. Don't write in a normal way. You have to write in functions only. And the functions, the arguments I am passing, and we have to write a return type. Every time we have to write a return type. Okay. Now what is the logic here? And for example, I'm going to take r value, and I'm going to take one rev is equal to 0. What I'm telling that for example 3 and 4 is there. 3 plus 4 is
7, sir. 7, sir.
any other answers? 3 plus 4 is just observe 3 and 4 here. 3 and 4 is not 7. I'm not assuming that 7. I want another answer here. 3 plus
4
4.
and 3, sir.
3 and 4. 3 and 4 is not 7. I want another answer from that. Any other answers? 34. Yes, 34. The value is going to be 34. Okay. How it is? For example, if you ask the same question, a kid, definitely the answer is going to be 34 only. We are studying that engineering. That's why we are telling that 7. Okay. We are going for that one only. But here 3 plus 4 is equal to 34. Is there any logic behind that? How I am going to make 3 plus 4 is equal to 34? Is there any possibility here? Is there any possibility? For example, 3 plus, I'm going to write like this. If it is going to be 7, but I'm going to convert into 34. Is there any way to convert it?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
3 into 10 plus 4.
Yes, 3 into 10, that is going to be 30. 30 plus 4 is equal to 34. Okay, this is the main property here when we are writing the reverse of a number. 3 into 10 plus 4, that is going to be 34. And here the number is going to be, for example, 1234. Now, what is my algorithm? Well, basically, what is the reverse value? The reverse value is initially 0. Okay, 0 plus 4. For example, 0 plus 4 is going to be 4. Okay, 4. Then 3 is coming. For example, the next R value is going to be 3 here. Now 4 plus 3 is equal to 43. Then how I am going to write it? 4 into 10 plus R. That means then it is going to be converted as 43. Now it is going to be 2 here. Now again 43 into 10, then it becomes a 430 plus 2. That is going to be 432. Then R value is going to be 1. That is into 10. Then 4220 plus 1. Then it is going to be 4200 and 321. Is it clear? Students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I am going to write here while num, you know that the basic logic here, R is equal to, what is that? I'm not taking num here. I'm going to take n only. While n mod 10, and this is the n is equal to n by 10. We know everything. After that, I'm going to write REV is equal to REV into 10 plus R. REV into 10 plus R. Now I'm going to dry run it. Every time I'm going to work with a dry run. Okay. The input is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1234. Okay. Now, while of 1234, is it true or false, students?
True, sir.
True, sir.
True, sir.
True. Then coming into here, what is R value now?
4.
4, sir.
4,
Then
sir.
n value is
123.
123.
123.
Then coming here, what is REV value initially? Initially, what is REV value?
0, sir.
0 into 10. 0 into
sir.
10. 0
0,
plus
sir.
R. Plus R.
4.
Then it becomes
4, sir.
4, sir.
4. Okay. Now it is going here. And while 123 is true or false?
True, sir.
Is it true? Then coming here, then R value is going to be 3 and n value becomes a 12. And now REV value is 4 now. 4 into 10 is going to be 40 plus 3 plus 3. That is going to be 43. Then it is going to be 12 now. Then it is going to be 12. Then R value becomes a 2 and n value becomes a 1. Now What is RE value? 43. 43 into 10, 430 plus 2. Then it becomes 432. Then it is going to be while 1. Yes, while 1. Then it is going to be 1 and this is going to be 0. This is going to be 0. Now it is 432 into 10, 4320 plus 1. Then it is going to be 4321. Now num of 0, that is going to be false and coming out of the function what is REV value now? What is REV
4321.
value? 4321. I am going to return from here to here. Now REV value is going to be, this is going to be replaced with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am going to print the value. For example, I am going to write like this 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5321. 5321. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear, students? Yes. We have to know about the function concept also using this one. Yes. Note it down. For example, some students, what is the general mistakes when you are dealing with any other program in using functions? They are going to be right like this. Inside a while statement, what will happen? First of all, you have to know that how the return is going to be working. How the return is going to be working. If control reaches return, then the control is moving back to the function call, it never stays in the for loop, in that what is that, in that function call, in that function definition. Okay, it is moving back. What is REV? First of all, REV, that is 0 into 10 plus R, then it is going to be, what is RE value now? 4.
4.
Then it is going to be return of 4 from here to here. For example, if I am going to execute it, I am going to write like this. If I am going to execute, the value 4 is returning from that function definition. Okay, just when you are writing a code, just when you are going to return it, yes, when I am going to return it, I have to return after the while loop, I have to return it. We have some common sense, right? We have some common sense. We are not a copy and paste students. We have to understand the logic and we know that where to return it. That is the basic common sense. Clear? If you have any doubt in this logic or any functions concept, you have to ask and I'm going to explain it again.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, after return REV, where it is going, sir?
Here, for
First,
example,
first one.
instead of taking here REV, for example, I'm going to take RES, right? Because the differentiation of variables, okay? For your convenience only, I'm going to take RES, for example, okay?
Okay.
Here, this is the function call, okay? This is the function call. This is going to be function call, and now the control is moving into here. The control is moving into here and it is executed, and this line is executed, this loop is going to be executed. After that res value is going to be 4321 and it is going to be written from this function. Okay, from this function it is going to be written. Now where is the function call? Now when I am going to tell that return, that is going to be going back to the function call. Where is the function call is happened, and this value is going to be replaced with like this. Okay, that
Yes.
function call is going to be replaced with what I am returning. What I am returning going to be replaced with. Now REV is equal to what I am returning there, 4321. That is going to
Yeah.
be, that is the assignment, simple assignment here. Okay,
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
clear. If you have any doubt, please ask here. I will explain it. Only,
సార్
only.
ఒకవేళ రిటర్న్
Yes.
టైప్ ట్రూ ఆర్ ఫాల్స్ అనుకోండి సార్, పైన
Hmm.
బూలియన్ ఇస్తామా సార్?
There is no boolean here. This is C, right? There is no boolean here. That is, we are going to return 1 or 0. That is going to be integer. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
In CPP or Java, Python, there is a boolean, but here there is no data type of boolean. 1 or 0. That is going to be integers only. Students, any doubt? Can I move to the next question? Okay. Now the sample input is going to be, for example, the program name is going to be palindrome or not. Palindrome or not. Palindrome means, for example, if a number is there, if I'm going to reverse it, after the reverse also the both are same, then that is going to be a palindrome. For example, 121. If I reverse it, that is also 121. That means these two are going to be a palindrome number. This number is going to be a palindrome number. Okay. For example, here the input is going to be like this 121. Then the output is going to be, I have to print like this. If the input is going to be 120, the output is going to be false. You have to write the logic of this and you have to tell me. You have to send the code in the WhatsApp group. Okay. If there is a number, if I am going to reverse it, after that also both values, after that also the same number. That means the reversal number and the original number both are same. Then we have to print it as a true. Otherwise, we have to print it as a false. Is the question is clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who is this? Anil. Anil?
Sir,
And try to execute with 121.
sir, check చేస్తాను సార్ అవట్లేదు సార్.
Very simple that is. Students, I already write the code, right? Just you have to modify very simple line. Bharat,
Yes, sir.
you are not writing the value from that functional definition.
Okay, sir.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4 students only. Only 4 students. You have to write a simple line here. Barney, is it simple or not? What you're writing here, is it simple modification or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Very simple modifications. Yes. Yes. Pavan. Good. Just simply after coming the values, just I'm not printing the result. Just simply we have to check it. We have to check it. Is reverse is equal to num. We have to check it. then only I can find that is the two values are correct or not. For example, instead of here I am checking that I am going to print here, I am going to print printf percentage d comma percentage d. I am going to check num and I am going to print the reverse values, both the reverse values. If I am going to execute it, if I am going to give 121, if I print and if you observe here the reverse number and the original number both are same. Yes, then I am going to check that is equal to is equal to. If both are equal, then only it will be a palindrome number. Yes, else it is going to be not a palindrome number. Simply here I am going to check here if rev is equal to num, rev is equal to num. What is that? We have to print true here. We have to print true here, and else there is only two cases, right? There is only two cases. What is that? True or false? True are going to be false. I'm going to print like this. Both are equal. If both are equal, then I'm going to write like this. If I'm going to execute it, I'm going to give 121. Yes, it is going to be true. If I'm executing, when I'm telling that is it working or not, we have to test all the test cases. Just go for example 123. It is not palindrome. Yes, don't give that. That is not a perfect one. Check for the remaining cases also. I'm going to check for 123. That is going to be false. There is only two cases, right? Yes. For the palindrome, it is showing true. If it is not palindrome, it is showing that false. Okay. And I'm going to write here simple things also. Without rev also I can do it. Without rev value also, for example, here there is no rev value. Okay, with that also I am going to do it. How I am going to write? Just observe here. I am going to write here num is equal to like this. What I am writing here, just observe everyone. Num is equal to reverse of num. Now this is going to be the function call. This is going to be the function call. Okay, this is going to be the function call. Now this function name is going to be reverse. The arguments are only one argument and the data type is int. The data type is going to be int. Is the return type is there or not? Is the return type is there or not? Students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely is there. What I'm telling that in the previous one, if it is inside, yeah, working as a condition, it is working as a condition. That means here I am doing that comparison, right? If it is comparison means definitely it has a value. Then only I can compare it. If there is no value, for example, how can I compare it? Okay. Now, for example, if I return res, then it is going to be replaced with this one. Okay. It is going to be replaced with this one, then it is going to be working. Okay, I can work like this also. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Just a minute. Okay, and this is going to be palindrome. But one student is writing like this. For example, here I am going to write if res is equal to, sorry, I will write if res is equal to n, I am going to return 1. Okay, for example, I am going to return 1, else return, for example, it is going to be return 0. Instead of writing either 0, here 1 means, for example, 1 means it is going to be a palindrome. Okay, 0 means not a palindrome. Okay, not a palindrome. We are assuming that like this. Here I am going to tell you that here, if it is like this, just simply I am going to write like this. If I am going to execute it, if it is 1 2 3, it is telling that it is going to be a false. Yes, that means my code is perfect. If I am going to execute it 121, now also it is telling that false only. Okay, that is not a perfect one here. What happened here? I am going to check with the number with the reverse number with the original number. Is it true or not? What is res value now? What is res value now? Students? Here in this logic, what is res value after this loop? After this loop, what is res value?
4321.
4321. Okay, 4321 is equal to what is n value?
123.
1 2 3 4.
1 2 3
We are thinking that n value is 1 2 3 4. We are thinking that n value is 1 2 3 4. Okay, after this loop, what is n value?
0.
0.
Clear? After this loop, n value becomes 0. Then I am going to compare with 4321 is equal to 0. If I do like that, it never returns a true here. If we want to do it, we have to take a copy. That's it, nothing else. For example, t is equal to n. We are going to take a copy like this. We are working on n, right? But t value is the same as 1 2 3 4 only. Okay.
Temporary.
Variable. I'm going to make a copy of that variable and I'm going to write like this. Now it is going to be working here. If I'm going to execute it, it is going to be give as a false here. If I'm going to execute 2 to 1, it is going to be true here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear? And if you observe here the condition, I'm going to write like this. What value I'm going to return here? I'm going to return 1 and return 0. There are two values I am going to return. Is it two values or only one value it is returning? I am not writing in else
Only one.
spot. Why I am writing I am not writing here else spot? There is no need to write the else spot here. If I write the else spot also, that is okay. But here why I am not writing else spot means if the control is this one is true, if the control reaches return 1, then the control backs to here, right? That's why this line never executes. For example, if both are not true, it is not entering into here and it is going to be execute return 0 only. Okay, is it clear? We can write like this also. Inside also I am going to return 0 here. But instead of that I am going to write like this. Okay, now moving into here, I am not writing any condition here. Just simply I am going to write if of reverse of num. What I am writing? Reverse of num. What is that? It is going to be what value it is going to be returned. For example, if it is going to be 1, then it is going to be converted as if of 1. If of 1. Is it if of 1 is true or not? Yes.
True, sir.
If it is true, then it is going to be executed. For example, if it is a false, it is going to be written 0 here. Then if of 0, that means a false block is going to be executed. That's why I am going to write like this. Okay. If you know that, you can write in any way of form. You can write in any way, no problem of that. But the compiler has to be a compiler and your brain both has to be work as same, then only it will be execute. Okay, you are thinking some other and compiler is thinking some other, then you are thinking that the value is 1 and the output is going to be 0. We have to think as like as compiler only. Clear everyone? I think you understand the function concept also very clear with this example. Okay, now
Yes, sir.
yes. Now I'm going to write, for example, this is not a reverse program, and I'm going to maintain one. We already know that the reverse program. I'm going to maintain here. Int, reverse. Yes, okay. Going to be reverse. I'm going to tell you that is palindrome of int n again. Now I'm going to check int rev is equal to what I'm writing. Just I will give a clarity. Don't worry about that. Palindrome of n reverse of n is reverse, just reverse n, and then return rev is equal to n. Numbers dot h. What I am saving here, just observe here, I am creating an header file here. The file name is going to be numbers.h, and we have to save it as all files. That is going to be a header file. Not I am not saving with the .c extension. I am going to save with the number.h file. Okay. Now this is, if you observe here, Control O. Just observe here. These files are going to be C source files, and this numbers file is going to be C header file. Okay, is it clear? I'm going to create
Yes,
a
sir.
header file with a .h. There is two functions here. There is two functions here. One is a reverse of the number, and the second one is going to be is a palindrome or not. Is a palindrome or not. What for example, here I'm going to pass 121. Okay. Now it is going to be called a reverse of 121. Reverse of 121. Now it is going to be replaced with 121 only. Okay. Now coming to here, it is going to be 121 is equal to 121. What is the output? 121 is equal to 1. That is going to be represent 1 here. Okay. If it is 120, for example, if it is going to be 120, 120 is equal to 12 kada? 12, 21. Is it true? If it is like this, it is going to be written 0. Okay. Now I'm not, for example, if I want the reverse number again and again, there is no need to write again and again the reverse program in our code. Just simply I'm going to write the function like this, the palindrome program. Here is a palindrome of, I'm going to call it as is a palindrome of. Is palindrome of, just simply it is telling that is a palindrome of. There is no function, there is no coding at all. If I execute like this, it is going to give an error here. What is that? Undefined reference to the is palindrome. Is palindrome function is not here, right? It is in numbers.h file. Just simply I am going to include, what is the name of the file? That is going to be hash include. I'm going to write like this. I'm going to write numbers dot h. If it is a user-defined header file, you have to mention as with double quotes. If it is a predefined one, you have to mention with angular brackets. Okay. If I'm going to execute it, there is
Okay,
no
sir.
error here. Something spelling mistake is there. Numbers dot h. If I'm going to compile it, there is no errors here. Just observe here, there is no errors. If I'm going to compile it, if it is 121, yes, so true. If I'm executing 123, it is going to be false. If you observe here, there is no errors. There is no coding is there here. Just simply what it is there. Just simply reading is there, and this is the operation and printing the result. The logic is in numbers.h file. Numbers.h file. Okay, numbers.h file. Is it clear? From now
Yes, sir.
onwards, every time I'm going to write the program in first.c and the logics in numbers.h only. If I write anything, just simply I'm going to write in numbers.h. The logic is in numbers.h file. And my main program is going to be always changing here. You have to understand my scenario. Okay. If you are absent one day, for example, some students are absent today, right? They never understand the tomorrow's class. That is the specialty of my class. If any faculty, if you are absent for today, definitely they will understand tomorrow also. But after 30 days also, you never understand what is my concept. For example, if this class is not attended anyone, for example, if I go for strings also, I go for this pattern only. I will create a header file. There I am writing the logic. Here I am writing including everything. They never understand what I am writing if they are not attended the single class thing it is. Okay. And now the programs reverse are going to be reverse. For example, now 121 is there. 121 is there. 1 plus 2 plus 1. What is that? 1 plus 2 plus 1? That is going to be 4, right? That is the program name is going to be sum of digits of a number. Sum of digits of a number. Sum of digits of a number. You have to write normally. You have to write normally and write on the paper and pen using paper and pen and post me in the WhatsApp group. I will check it. You have to find sum of digits of a number. For example, if it is 123, if it is 123, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. When I'm teaching you that what is this is the output, this is the input and this is the output, I give the hint also. If you observe that clearly, I will give the hint also. What I am telling here, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. That is the hint. You have to write the logic for that. If the question is clear, everyone? If you have any doubt on the question, just ask me and I will explain it again. It is a very, very basic question. I think you know that. Just try to solve it. Using functions you have to solve. Using functions you have to solve. Okay. Only 1, 2, 3 persons, 3, 4 persons are sending here. A very simple question that is going to be. And here we are going to write like this, and one more print percentage D. I'm going to write some sum of digits, sum of digits, sum of digits. Okay, sum of digits, and the value I'm going to pass like this. The function name is going to be sum of digits, and I'm passing one argument, that is a num, and the return type is integer. How I know the integer? How I know it is an integer? Why? Because here I'm using percentage D, right? Then you have to observe that the return type is going to be an integer. Okay. Now moving into the numbers.h file, and I'm going to write the logic here. The return type is going to be integer, and sum of digits int num. Okay. Sometimes it is not taking like this. For example, by default the return type is going to be integer. The data type is going to be integer. Okay. For example, there are two variables. For example, if you write like this, that is a no problem. Both the data types are going to be integers automatically by default. But when you are writing like this, don't write like this. This is going to be an error here. What is that? The first data type is going to be int, and the second data type is going to be unknown. Okay, if you want to give all the values as int, you have to give it, otherwise you have to leave it, no problem for that. But here better go for like this, writing the data type also. Okay, now I'm going to take that r, and for the sum I'm going to take some 0. Okay, and I'm going to write a while loop, while num, and here again r is equal to num mod 10, and the basic logic every time num is equal to num by 10, sorry, num by 10, sorry, num by 10, and I'm going to write some. If it is the reverse of a number, I'm going to write like this. Right? Just simply I'm going to delete this multiplication into 10. Then it is automatically converted into sum of the digit here. Okay. Then I'm going to return sum here. I'm going to return sum. That's it. Here I'm not executing in nums.h. I have to go here and I have to execute it. Here I'm going to give 1, 2, 3. It is going to be give 6 here. Clear? Clear, everyone? If you want to note it down, just
Yes.
this is the main program and this is the function. Note it down. Very good. Anil, why are you wasting that net? Don't go for the compile. Just download the dev cpp and work on that. Okay.
ఓకే సార్ ఓకే సార్ సార్ రిటర్న్ పని చేయట్లేదు వర్క్ అవట్లేదు సార్ ఇందులో
Why it is not working means the return type of your function is void. You're writing void sum, right? That's why it is giving
ఎస్
error.
సార్
Change to that is integer. Okay.
ఓకే సార్ అవుట్పుట్ ఏం రావట్లేదు సార్ అప్పుడు ఇంటి పెట్టినా కానీ
Just a minute. ఇంటెన్ పెడితే సరిపోదు కదా. ఇంటెన్ పెట్టావు ఇక్కడ ఇంటెన్ పెట్టావు, ఆ సమ్ వాల్యూని రిటర్న్ కొట్టావు, బాగానే ఉంది. కానీ ఇక్కడ ఏం చేసావు, దాన్ని ఏదన్నా ఒక వేరియబుల్కి అసైన్ చేసావా, దాన్ని ప్రింట్లో పెట్టు, సమ్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ అనం చూసావా,
ఓకే సార్ ఓకే సార్
దాన్ని మీరు ప్రింట్లో పెట్టుకుంటే ఎలా ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది?
ఓకే సార్ ఓకే సార్
తెలుసు మీకు.
సార్
Hmm.
అక్కడ యూజర్ డిఫైన్ అదే యూజర్ హెడర్ ఫైల్ రాశారు కదా సార్,
Hmm.
అసలు మళ్ళీ ఆ లాజిక్ ఎట్లా ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది సార్?
Include hash include numbers.h, right? If
Yes,
it is
sir.
going to be executed, all the functions here that are going to be in here, that all functions what are here that are going to be, all the functions are going to be here. Okay, that's why it is working. It is the use of header file. Here I am using here scanf and printf also. How they are working? They are working because of stdio.h. If
Oh,
there
yes,
is
sir.
no stdio.h, it is going to give an error here like
Error.
this. In the same manner, we are also using that header file numbers.h. Okay.
ఎస్ సార్. అప్పుడు లాజిక్ చేసిన ప్రతిసారి అలా
Yes, if I am writing like this, it is going to be going to this file and it is searching is there any method with that name or not. It is going
ఓకే సార్,
here
ఓకే సార్.
sum of digits. If it is checking that is there any function in this file, there is no, then it is
Yes.
going for the header files. In that names numbers.h, it is searching is there any function with that name or not. Yes, then it is going to be working on that.
ఓకే సార్, బాయ్.
Okay,
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
good. If you have it is a small doubt or big doubt, just ask and get clarified on that. Is there any doubts?
ఒకసారి సార్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూపించారు సార్.
Okay. This one. Tomorrow, everyone after this class, you have to create a GitHub accounts. I think so many students have GitHub account, and you have to create your GitHub accounts. And what you are practicing the programs, you have to post in the GitHub account. Okay. Just how to create an account, sir. Don't ask the questions like that. You have Instagram account, you have Facebook account. Without my consultation, you are creating that account, right? In the same way, you are going to create a GitHub account also, and how to insert, how to that how to post that video on the Instagram. In the same way, here also there is going to create a folder on that, and how to upload, and everything is there. If there is a doubt, I will explain on tomorrow how to upload a file on that onto the GitHub. Okay, first of all, you have to create it and you have to upload what you are writing, and what you are working on that, just to save on that GitHub. That is more helpful. That is the professional side. What I'm personally that I never save any program on my system. Every time I'm going to delete everything. My mind is every time we have to free, and don't think about tomorrow's program. What is the last program? Don't fix to that last program every time. For example, when I'm teaching the class here, that is going to be a while loop. If I give a question, your mind is going to fix it with only the while loop. That is the mistake here. That question is not to the while loop. Here I'm not giving like this. I'm not giving like this. For example, I'm going to teach you a for loop, and the next question is not the for loop question. I have to modify that. I have to give with the while loop. Don't restrict to that previous program. Okay, that question is beyond something. That is a new one. You have to think it is a new one, and you have to solve it. What you know before, you have to try to solve it. That means with operators, with variables, with conditional statements, with loops, while loop, for loop, break and continue. All the statements and all has to be worked in our mind, not on the previous one. For example, if the loop is going to be, now I'm writing with while loop, If I give the next question, definitely you think only on the while loop. Okay, that is not good for health. Okay, okay, think beyond it. Okay, that's it for today.
సార్
Hmm.
సో ఫంక్షన్స్ లో కాల్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి కదా సార్, లైక్ కాల్ ఫంక్షన్, కాలింగ్ ఫంక్షన్.
Call function, calling function. This is call function, calling function.
కాల్డ్
function.
అండ్ కాలింగ్.
This is call. Okay,
ఓకే సార్.
this is function call. Okay, na? This is called. Called means function definition. Okay,
ఓకే థ్యాంక్
okay. This is called. The palikindi. Okay, this is function definition, and this is going to be function call. There is no thing.
Okay.
Okay, the terminology is different. Concept is same. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.